Welcome back. This section is dedicated to introducing what else we could possibly infuse now that we are up and running with the rebuilt domain-specific version of our newly created MATLAB course. Before we begin the video, please remember that you can pause the video at any time to populate and link any necessary elements. The first thing we're going to look at is Prodigy Game, and it can be found at prodigygame.com. As you can see on the screen, besides it being completely free for educators to integrate into their respective programs, it is also adaptive. We currently don't have an adaptive piece within our MATLAB rebuild. The students are seamlessly put through a placement test upon starting the game. This is meant to figure out what their levels are within each domain. While 99% of the time this is exactly what you would want as a teacher, this is a little bit of a waste of time for us since we want to dive straight into one domain. Using the expressions and equations domain as our example of the three possible paths for our three distinct MATLABs, we're going to select Create Assignment. This Create Assignment is listed as Reward Assignments. Check to make sure everything is populated the way you need and want it to be. The items you want it to check are the grade level and standards selected. You can see I have 5th grade and Common Core defaulted on mine. I scrolled down to Expressions and Equations. I selected it and clicked on the little eyeball to get here's the eyeball right here, to get a quick peek at what the questions will look like. After this, you would go through the prompts picking the date window. Now the other approach is to click on Assignments in the left column, followed by Create Assignment at the top, followed by Standard Assignment, and then you see the next button is after that. Again, make sure everything is populated per what you want. Again, I have Common Core in 5th grade. Scroll to the skill you want, and you're now in control of how many, thus how long the students will spend on that skill. The reward-based assignments are pre-made and therefore limited to the amount and time spent. As you can see, I selected 16 questions for this one here. By looking at the available question topics, I'm assuming that they are picking from the same question bank, meaning the reward ones and this path. However, I can look around and find more of what I need. I scrolled all the way down and found variables, expressions, and equations. I'm still not satisfied with the nuanced differences and sheer amount that I'm looking for. So I can now switch the grade level. When I go to 6th grade, I found 8 topics under the expressions and equations strand that I can choose to select. And scrolling further, there are 7 more relevant skills I can add to my list, as well as adjust the number of problems within. Now that we have a solid population of problems for our entire school year, we have a couple other things to go over. One is when to use this. We can use this in addition to Khan Academy, replace Khan Academy, use it as one or a couple of the fluency skill building games. We could also use this within the teacher choice days. Additionally, you could create an on your own time contest with this. The program itself is kind of like a Pokemon style game where the students are solving problems along the way and gives them the ability to battle and power up their character. This really helps with the student engagement, thus opening up the door for students to actually want to do this at home on their own time for fun. This allows you to create a leaderboard within the classroom that could be updated periodically throughout the semester. Alright, this concludes our first video of extra items that we can possibly and optionally infuse into our newly created rebuilt MATLAB course. We'll see you in the next video.